Hey everyone, welcome back to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. And don't forget to follow on social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, and X as well. Yes, back. It's kind of a part 2 episode. Did my Manchester United versus Villa preview. This is the women's squad against Tottenham. This is the second time in a week that we're playing Tottenham. We faced them last week with a draw. It was an exciting comeback draw. If you watch that, and then for this week, it is a quarterfinal for the cup. So yeah, today's episode is going to be towards that. Listen, it's going to be a little bit of a short episode too, as well. So just to advise, and I do apologize for not doing a post game on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I wasn't unable to do the post game episode, but I am happy with them getting the win, especially with the way they had been playing the final two, especially when you're facing tough opponents like Wolfsburg and Lyon. But them bouncing back, getting the win, especially when you do what you did against Tottenham, the carryover to go into that, to get the win, the Jess Park goal. Very happy. They were already into the next stage. The goal is to try and get them in the top 4 where they would not have to go into the knockout stages. But they still finish at a good part. So they'll have a little bit better of an advantage. It's just a matter of, I believe we're playing Atletico Madrid too. So we've played them earlier. We know how that game went. This is another round to go against them. But when that gets closer and closer, I will discuss that later on. They'll be back in February, I believe, for those matches. But let's get to the main one. Yes, it is quarterfinal. We're playing Tottenham again. Obviously, like I mentioned, we just played them last week. We cannot have a replay of what we did last week. We cannot go down 3 and then rely on the final third to try and get the goals back. With the back 4, I don't know, Jade Riviere is going to be back, so you might look at the same 4 that you had the start against Juventus earlier this week. But if she is available, that will be a good thing. She is getting reevaluated. She has taken some knocks this week, or not this week, but this season. So having her back is good. But again, the back 4 against Juventus was there, which was good. So hopefully we have them, Sandberg, George, Letizier, Janssen, the 4 of them there. Whether how they play up front, it could be a mixture of anything. But going to this game again, like I said, we can't go down 3-0. We can't rely on trying to force things back. We have to be a little bit better with the ball. The one thing, too, is defending the headers. When you watched the game last week, the headers that they were scoring, it is tough to cover. So cutting off those crosses, not letting them get outside, using the wings to get the balls through or their backs to get the balls through. Try to defend set plays very well, but we have to be able to control the ball, defend well, get the ball moving, control the game. Our attack has to be there. Now, obviously, Rolfo had started earlier this week against Juventus. Same with Mallard, Turlin as well. Will we see them again today? I don't know. With it being the final game for, I believe, until the new year, I would have to, and let me just confirm that. I don't want to jump to too many conclusions. But when looking at the schedule, we're not back until January 11th against Arsenal. So this is the final game of the year for the women's squad. So right now, it's a matter of how Mark Skinner wants to play it. Again, it is a quarterfinal. It is a priority game. So you may want to just go with the same lineup as you did with Juventus. Maybe make a few tweaks, have a few people there. Obviously, have Elatoon start potentially, because again, when you looked at it on Tuesday, you didn't have Elatoon start, so you can have her back in the middle. You can have Owojo, you can have them start. You may use Blundell to start in the back if you want to worry about the rotation of the back four, but you may keep that back four from there. Unless you have Riviere back, then you may have Riviere start. Olme may be back in the middle as well. So Naslin probably won't be there, but you definitely have Park. I think I saw one thing too about a player coming back. But realistically, when looking at it, having players back in certain positions could help. But I think keeping that front three there for how well they did in the final third in the game before, I think that's key too. So having Rolfo, Turlin, Mallard back. And then just moving the ball well. That's the key thing there too. And again, hopefully Riviere is back, but from what I read so far, it may not be that she's back. She was being reevaluated. So that's just waiting. You also have Galton too that you can bring on. But yeah, having Olme, Owojo, you can have them starting in places of Naslin. You can always move Mallard to the middle, move Park up to the wing as well. Rotation if you're really looking for that control. But you can look at, or you can have Mizawa move to Naslin, tune in the middle, and still keep that front three there. But again, like I said, it's about control. It's about getting those attacks. You did see the opportunities with United when we did play. Maybe you can also move Park up to that top spot along the wing. Again, you can have him move out to the wing with Rolfo on the left, Mallard in the middle, or Rolfo in the center, Mallard to the left wing. You can bring them up as well. You can move Mizawa out there, bring Tune in for the center mid, but it is going to be about control and moving it up. Again, they have to attack early. They have to capitalize on those attacks and get things moving. Because again, Tottenham tied us last week. It was a draw, but we have to play to a win. I know in the end, yes, it's a quarterfinal. Yes, we have to play to a win, but we have to be able to move on to the next phase. So that's what's important as well. So it's just a matter of how can we control the game? How can we move the attack? We have to be able to not go down early. We can't allow that to happen. Again, like I said, protecting those crosses, set pieces. We have to be able to control the ball, get it out. Again, controlling it from, I know we like to control it from the back, move it up, using our backs. We'll see how Skinner wants to approach it with formation, how he wants to receive it. But they have to capitalize early. That's the one thing I noticed when I was watching the game. They did have opportunities. They have to capitalize. Again, consistency, discipline, finish. It has to be there. Yes, you're carrying over a big comeback on Sunday, carry that to a win. And again, you cannot falter on this game. You have to move in and take it to the next one. So you have to be able to capitalize, take advantage of that, and get the goals. We need to make sure that we have that going on. So as much as it was great to see that come back, being 3 goals down and get that draw in the final extra time, we can't allow that to happen. We got to win it within the 90 minutes, get the goals, move it through. So Skinner's going to have a different game plan, I think. He knows that he can't go the same way it was last weekend. He could potentially go with the same lineup, but the tactics have to be there. Everyone has to be on the same page. Excuse me one second. My apologies there, everyone. I do apologize for the cough. Yes, I'm still battling a little cold. Yes, I am battling what has caused me to miss a few episodes. But going back to what I've been discussing after my my interruption. But yes, they cannot let what happened last weekend happen again. Everyone has to make sure that they're defending, moving the ball, taking advantage of those shots. Again, it is tough to defend those goals that United had scored against them, those headers. But they have to be able to make sure those types of shots, those types of crosses, my apologies again, for those that are listening and just had to hear that cough. I do apologize. But defending those crosses are tough. There were tough goals, but we have to make sure that we can't allow those crosses to be done. Corners are going to happen. We get it, but we have to be able to make sure those crosses in those set plays that are happening. I mean, I'm not talking about corners. I'm just talking about when they were moving the ball up and the backs crossed it over and then they scored off the headers. But we have to make sure that we try to get an angle on that where we can be able to defend and clear out those types of, so that way Tottenham doesn't get the goals on those headers. But yes, again, I'm hoping for the win. I will be talking about the post game later on tomorrow. Men's squad is playing tomorrow as well. Preview episode is before that too. Again, this is a short episode, so I do apologize. But yeah, again, it's just we can't have a repeat of last Sunday. We have to control it early. We have to take those shots when they're given to us, and we got to defend in our box. We got to clear it out when we get those opportunities. We have to out-muscle them when they're trying to go for those headers too. They're going to try and probably do the exact same thing that worked, but it's again they have to clear it up in the back end because we were able to get ourselves back into those with those 3 goals. So we have to set everything out from the beginning to the end. We can't allow it for the final 15. So. Yeah, again, I'll be back with the post game tomorrow discussing that as well. Men are playing tomorrow against Aston Villa. Make sure you tune into that as well. I'll be doing another post game as well. So multiple episodes coming out tomorrow. So yes, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, follow, whether on YouTube, Apple Podcast, or Spotify, and as well as social media, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy the match tomorrow. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.